Hey everyone, and welcome. We're about to dive into something that impacts every single one of us, public sector accounting. Now, I know it doesn't exactly sound like a thrill ride, but stick with me here. This is the system designed to track our money through the maze of government. Let's get into it.
I mean, seriously, have you ever really stopped to think about it? You pay your taxes, and that money goes into this massive government pot. But then what? Where does it go? How do we know it's being used for things like roads and schools and not just vanishing into thin air?
Well, that's exactly where public sector accounting comes in. It's not magic, it's a very specific rule-based system, and it's designed for one core purpose, to follow the people's money and make sure it's all accounted for. So let's start with the absolute basics. At its heart, this is all about the relationship between your money and the government that spends it.
Okay, here's the official definition. You see those keywords? Recording, summarizing, reporting. It's a very formal process. But the most important part, the real reason it exists, is for transparency and accountability. It's all about making sure the books are open for everyone to see.
And that brings us to a super crucial point. You just can't think about government accounting the same way you think about a business, like a tech company or your local coffee shop. The rules are fundamentally different. They're playing a whole different ballgame.
And this right here shows you why perfectly. A private business exists to do one thing: make a profit. Full stop. But the public sector? Its goal is to provide a service. Building roads, running hospitals, funding education. This one single difference changes absolutely everything about how money gets managed and tracked.
And because that goal is service, not profit, you get this whole unique set of characteristics. The system is heavily rule-based, driven by actual laws. In fact, there are completely separate bodies that make the rules for government accounting versus private accounting. It's obviously nonprofit. And the budget, well, the budget isn't just a suggestion, it's the law. It is the central plan. And finally, it's all about stewardship, this idea that officials are just caretakers of our funds, not the owners.
So if the mission isn't making a profit, then what is it? Well, it really boils down to three powerful principles, and these are the absolute foundation of public trust.
First up, accountability. This is the big one. This is the mechanism that makes sure someone is actually answerable for the financial decisions they make. Second, transparency. This just means that the financial information is clear and it's accessible. It lets all of us, the public, see exactly how our money is being used. It's really the bedrock of an open government. And third, control. This is the practical nuts and bolts side of things, the systems and procedures that are put in place to prevent overspending, fraud, and waste. So let's look at how this all works in practice. When we say accountability in action, we're talking about a clear paper trail. These reports show where the money came from and where it went. They make sure that officials can't just say, "Trust me." They have to show their work. It's all about proving that public resources are being protected.
Now, let's check out how control works in the real world. This is a super simple example of budgetary control. See Road Project A? It came in under budget. That's a good thing. But then look at Health Clinic B. It went over. This simple comparison is an incredibly powerful tool. It immediately flags where funds might be getting misallocated or where a project might be in trouble. This isn't about punishment. It's about detection and correction.
Okay, so after all these rules and definitions and principles, we get to the most important question. Why does any of this matter to you and me? What is the actual payoff?
To put it simply, public sector accounting isn't just about numbers. It's the essential plumbing of a functional society. It's what promotes good governance and builds the public trust you need for a democracy to even work. It's one of our main defenses against corruption. It helps ensure that the services we all depend on are delivered efficiently. And ultimately, a country that manages its money well is a stable one. And really, that's what it all comes down to. This entire system produces a detailed story. A story of our collective priorities and our decisions, just written in the language of finance. The system is there to give us all the information. The real question is, are we paying attention? Thanks for joining me.